friends, Kim from Stamping Imperfection. Thank you for joining me today. I'm here with a video for Maker Forte, and I'm using these two stamp sets. These are new stamp sets from the release for June, and the larger one is called Surf's Up, and the smaller one is called Surf's Up Add-on. So they have these surfboard images, and the stamp I have right here is the outline image, and you can use the outline image or not use the outline image. That's up to you. I happen to like the outline image around it, so I'm going to stamp two different surfboards. I was thinking I would show you the difference between the surfboard inserts from the add-on stamp set and from the main the larger of stamp set. So for the larger stamp set, and actually this is the Surf's Up add-on. So this has 4 inserts to go inside the surfboard, and I'm just going to use it with the outline. And these are all great images if you want to color them in. You could leave them black and white if you want to, certainly. There's no reason you couldn't do that, but you could watercolor them, or you could use your alcohol markers, or you could use your watercolor pencils or your regular pencils, whatever you like. So I stamped these in black ink, and that is, of course, my Maker Forte Color Hive black ink, the remarkable Eclipse black ink. I really like this black ink. It is great for using your alcohol markers because I can start coloring that immediately, and it will not run. Like, it's perfect for coloring with your alcohol markers. You cannot watercolor with it because it is a dye ink, but you can definitely use your Copics. So the next stamp I'm using is the solid surfboard piece, and I'm going to put that inside the second one that I did. The inserts that come with the original Surf's Up kit, or the larger Surf's Up kit, are all solid images. The ones that come in the add-on kit are just outline images, so you have to color those in if you want color. So on this one, I used some Catherine Pooler inks. I used her Juniper Mist for the dolphin and the wave, and I think I used limoncello for that yellow background, and I really like that color combination. So I'm going to treat those like lemon slices, and you can see there are some leaves there. So I pulled out a bunch of yellows, and this is one of my favorite yellow combinations. I'm using Y19, Y15, Y13, and Y11, and I'm just going to color in the lemon slices. And when I color, I don't stress over, any coloring things, and I just keep it easy and simple and go through it once. Sometimes I add a little bit extra of the darker, but I like to just get it all colored in so that there's some variation of color that someone looking at my card can see. That's what I try to achieve whether I'm using watercolors, colored pencils, Copic, or any kind of alcohol markers. So I'm treating those like lemon slices. You could treat them like orange slices if you wanted to. And I'm using the lightest color to fill in all of the spaces that I didn't fill in. And then my favorite green combination lately has been G16, G14, and G12. I just really love that G16 color. It's so pretty. And then I'm using, I believe this is B39. It's either 39 or 37. And actually, I may be using 39, 37, then 34 and 32. And I'm just making the bottom of the surfboard darker, and then the top of the surfboard darker, and I'm making it lighter as I go in toward the center. And again, not stressing over the coloring. I think the point is to just have fun with it and experiment. See what you like. You know, try different things, different ways to blend things, and just have fun with it. So now I'm just going to fussy cut out those two surfboards. And ordinarily I would use my brother's scan and cut, but the mat is not going through the machine because it is worn out. So hopefully my new mats will be here tomorrow. So that surfboard that you see there is has all the pieces from the Surfs Up large stamp set, and the second one is has the insert from the Surfs Up add-on stamp set. So now I'm just going to cut a piece of cardstock to 4 by 5 1/4, and I want to create a background now. And I really wanted to create like sand and sky and, you know, a little beach scene. And I thought it turned out beautiful, but my husband looked at the card and said, "That's terrible. That's the worst card you've ever made. There's no water in it." So in the end, I added water to it so that he could see the water, and it made him much happier. He thought it was beautiful. So he was happy with the final card. He's a harsh critic, let me tell you. He tells me what he thinks. So I do value his opinion, and it does look better with water, but I'm not telling him that. So I am using Maker Forte's round or circle spotlight stencil. I love these spotlight stencils, and I am just having fun with them. I'm using actually Distress Oxide tumbled glass, and I'm not trying to make it to get it on there evenly. I want there to be some variation in color because that's the way the sky looks. And I'm using Catherine Pooler's Sandcastle, and again, I wanted it to be darker in front and lighter in the back. I was trying to get like a variation in the sand. I probably should have put the darker one in the back. In the end, I'm glad I didn't. So I'm using YG 67, YG 63, and I'm using YG 25 here, just flicking, creating some beach grass. Whenever I walk down the stairs to the beach, there's always beach grass there. So I am adding some in. And I just pulled out some brown markers. This is probably E55, E33, E34. I'm just adding some dots to add some texture to the sand. I just like the way that looks. And if you hate that, don't do it. Now, you can see that my marker actually went a little outside the stencil. So I am going to fix that. I pulled out some of my stacking circles, and these actually have a stitch detail, which I quite like. And I pulled out I have like some samples. These are Maker Forte cardstock papers. The colors are just gorgeous. And their specialty papers are stunning. And there's this one color, I'm not sure what it's called. I will link it below. It's almost like a turquoise blue, but not a really like in-your-face turquoise. It's like a soft turquoise blue. It is so pretty. So I'm going to use 2 of the circle dies, and I'm trying to make sure they're evenly spaced all around. I'm just going to die cut them out of that blue paper, and I'm going to use that blue as a mat behind my card panel here as well. And I'm just cutting a nice little frame, and it's going to have a little stitch detail. If you don't have circle dies with the stitch detail in your stash, that's like a go-to one. I'm not even sure where these are from, to be honest. I've had them so long, but that's definitely something you should have in your stash. Doesn't that look nice? Like it sort of frames it. It almost makes it look like you're looking out a window. And when I put my surfboards on, I realized I was going to cover up all that marker detail with the sand and the grass. So I just decided to use only one of the surfboards. And of course I want to add some sentiments. The sentiments in this stamp set are fantastic. The sentiments all come in the larger Surf's Up stamp set. There are no sentiments in the add-on. There are just 4 of the inserts. And remember that this one that I used, that I made lemons and leaves, that's from the add-on set. I really like it. And I use the sentiment that says, when life gives you rough waves, surf them. And I think it's a great sentiment. But it has a lot of great sentiments in it. So I added the sentiment with my Color Hive Eclipse black ink. My card base is 4 1/4 by 11. I scored and folded that at 5 1/2, and I cut a turquoise blue mat out at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, and I'm just going to glue that down and trim up a piece that came out a little crooked. And I'll add some crown jewel gems because I love those Vegas strip crown jewel gems. I bet I've put them on 100 cards, and I only put 3 on usually, but I love them. I think a little sparkle goes a long way. And for me, that completed the card. For my husband, he hated it. So while I'm putting these on with my fabulous hooked tweezers, these are genius. These Maker Forte tweezers, as is the Maker Forte Magic Wand, Jewel Picker, and Craft Pick. I love that tool. That is wonderful. I will put all the links to everything below. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you subscribed and give this video a thumbs up. So that was that, and here it is with the water added, and yes, indeed, it does look better with the water. Thanks for watching, friends.